coming up saying that you're live.
Oh, no idea why. But anyway, we are live. So yeah, but it's got a +1, so the +1 should be Grim. Let's have a look.
I don't see it.
Yeah, we can edit that. Cool. Anyway, evening everyone. So we're a couple of minutes late, but yes, all should be working. Fingers crossed. And let's try and bring up the chat. Excellent.
It's a very Gucci layout you've created, Jake.
Yeah, well, I just thought I'd go for something simple. It's not compromised the size of the visuals, but it's pretty simple. But it just allows us to be in a few different places at once. And yeah, if everyone can just let us know if the sound's coming through all right. We changed a few levels, and it seems to be working a lot better from everything that's the screen is telling me. Hopefully that's the same your end. So
I'm gonna have to run upstairs very quickly and get me. No, that's all right. No, ignore that. I thought I was gonna have to go ultramarine blue on me, teeny tiny Americans, but
ultramarine blue.
Talisar's working it.
Good.
The Confederates are definitely the more raggedy taggedy. Yeah, Valinda's saying all good.
Excellent. That is good to hear.
And it says great sound and picture.
Brilliant.
And Rich is going, evening, ready the links, pour for the beer, it's hobby chat time, loud and clear. And pretty.
I'll say, yeah, we had a change around and got it just sitting the way Zoom historically is sat on Facebook Live, just with a few ads around the outside. So hopefully it should add to the viewing experience.
All we need now is two hosts who don't talk as much crap as us, and it'll be worthwhile watching.
Yeah, steady on.
Yeah, true.
Just need the chat to appear at some point. Chat appearance.
I think Ed and Megan have threatened to watch tonight.
All right.
Unfortunately, what I meant to say was we were hoping for Ollie from Broadsword Wargaming and Kira.
Well done.
Yay! Of what's Kira's stream called now?
Kira Elvenblood, isn't it?
Yeah. Who's a Twitch hobby streamer. We're going to be on tonight, but unfortunately they can't make it tonight. Real life and big jobs getting in the way.
Yes.
But hopefully we'll be able to get them on here as well at some point in the very near future.
Yes, hopefully so.
You might remember Ollie from being the person that we just beat soddily into the ground on the 24-hour painting challenge.
Has he finished them yet? I'm not sure he has, to be fair.
I think the last time I heard, he was going for a 24-year painting challenge.
Well, at least he's setting goals. That's the important thing, right?
Yeah.
I've not even been that crazy and gone for that. So I think fair play. Let's see if I can add one of these. Mark this as an announcement in the group.
Well, I don't know if Talazar Blue's doing the job or not. Mind you, to be honest, the Confederates had so many different uniform colours and everything else like that. It's fine.
Yeah.
Golden. And Andrew's just said it sounds like his painting plan.
Yeah.
Which one, Andrew? The 24-year painting plan or the don't have a painting plan? But technically, if you don't have a painting plan, then that's your plan.
It is, but it's not a painting plan. It's a non-painting plan. It can only be painting once you start to paint, right?
Once you pick up them sponges and start painting that terrain, Stu, you'll catch you back again.
Yeah, I've got more terrain to build ahead of that.
Please don't.
Oh no, that's what I'm working on tonight. I've even got a top-down camera that's going to appear in the bottom right-hand corner at some point, so people can see me working on stuff. Isn't that crazy?
So you're going to be top down, bottom up.
That's what I said. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
That is it.
Yeah, Andrew's going for the 24-year painting plan.
Yeah, we'll hold you to that. How long ago did that start? That's what we need to know, and I'll put a date in the diary.
Right, so 2045, 26th of March, 2045. Right, let's get on the calendar.
Yeah, I think I'm going to build a few more of those dread buildings tonight because they're quite good for different systems.
They are quite decent, aren't they?
And I've also got the I'll put it on the screen. No, I forgot I had that. Destroyed village church. But I've also, for dread, got the freeway thing that we need to build. Yes, which is many sheets of MDF and greyboard. Fun.
That thing's huge, isn't it? I want about the terrain history.
Yeah, I haven't gone to the top-down camera yet. Yes.
Zoom function is optional.
Oh, and I just found another pack of Judge Dredd. Sorry, I thought I'd already built one of these. Did we get 3? Because I think. Oh yeah, we probably got 3.
We did get some extras, yeah.
Yeah, cool. I think we just looked at them and thought they are quite good for different systems.
Mm.
If you do these right, we can even maybe for the signage, we can perhaps put some Star Warsy type bits on it.
Switch out the signage depending which game you're playing.
Yeah, I was just thinking of maybe having a variety of signage that works.
And to be honest, with Dread, you can just get away with anything anyway.
Yeah.
Andrew's just replied to when did it start was he's still got a model of Jane Czar in lead.
Ah, all right. Okay, so.
The original scary.
Let's check.
So what have people been up to for their hobbying this week? Or is anybody watching this and hobbying at the same time? I remember playing against somebody who always used to field Jane's back when he was metal model. And yeah, that thing was a beast.
What were you playing then?
It would have probably been Dark Angels, I think, or Chaos. Just basically the same army. Yeah, I either ran. I really read Rich's sentence far too quickly. Rich is saying he's elbow deep in gun nuns and Hadmech. Shall I finish this sentence?
That'd be unusual for you, so I don't recommend it. It might not be healthy.
Yeah, true. I think my head would explode. Just thinking about the comment that you'd seen on one of the gaming groups about the scale of these ACW figures and 28mm. Is it worth a little thing for people to bring along to these and just share the daftest thing they've heard on online hobby related this week?
Yeah, it's probably not a bad one. Yeah.
Evening, James. He's working on Necromunda and Admech. Oh, that's 2 Admech we've got in the room.
2, yes. Yeah, evening, James. So I'm just going to switch across to the work area screen. It's going to be quite cool. Don't worry, picture size isn't changing. Just moved it ever so slightly. So you can see what I'm working on in the bottom right. Once, yeah. There's dumb weights for the screens change. There we go.
Ooh.
I know. Well, it's quite a handy little thing. Doesn't change the screen size. So if you ever fancy getting a second camera, you can even pop one in the other side of the screen, Dom.
Well, I've got one. I think if we can get logged on a bit earlier next Friday. Oh no, there's no. Oh yeah, there's no stream next Friday.
So ignore the every Friday 8 till late at the bottom.
Right. Have you got the Facebook comments coming through yet, Stu?
Yeah, I'm on it. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I've just got to go and let a very noisy cat in.
And Ed's just joined us on Twitch as well. Evening, Ed. Evening, Sean. How are you getting on with the Gloom Spite?
Is there a way, Stu, to share the streaming app side of it to both people presenting?
I'm unsure.
I'm going to call Twitch up on screen because I'm sure Ed being Ed will be sending very many messages.
Oh yeah, if you just have Twitch on in the background, you'll see it. So just bear with me a sec.
He's just saying he's got his Blood Bowl game online tonight, and I do my 2 Dark Angels. Andrew, I'm not sure what that last bit is for that Will's playing. Oh, so you're getting your own dedicated room built. That sounds really good, Sean. Kat, you don't paint models. You're not presenting on the stream.
How you lie? That cats do paint models, don't they?
Megan's quite envious of your man cave, Stu.
Oh right. So
Marley, sling it.
it's not really all mine anymore. People seem to spend more time with me now since I've got this place. So it was a wonderful decision on my part. But yes, it's nice to have a bit of space, and I am no longer taking over the whole house.
Really?
It's true. I don't think do I have any hobby apart from a couple of bits of terrain to go back to work. I think everything's in here. There's a board game or 2 downstairs, but that's because Bryony wants them downstairs, so because we play those ones as a family.
I might have to run upstairs in a minute and just grab some dark paint for the guns.
You just do one test strip.
Yeah, it's going to work out as 1, 2, 2.5 stands because I did that logically. And the officer and a cannon.
Right.
Just see how they all come out. I think I might change the grey, but I'll wait till I've done the highlighting and everything on it.
Yeah, to be fair, James, it is nice having a space for everything. And that moment I can say, right, I've gone upstairs, I need to work, so you can't come in. It's wonderful.
Yeah, how does that work for you, Stu?
Well, hence why the camera just went off, because my youngest walked in. So, to be fair, she did knock first, which was polite, if nothing else.
No, this colour's no good. Oh, I don't know. I'll
change your mind now.
Up.
Just to make sure you can screen share at some point, because you want to potentially show those.
The
doofers, yeah.
What we've been doing this week? Photos.
Yeah. There we go.
I think there's a man cave revolution starting.
Yeah. So I'm not sure who the bigger winner is at times, because I think certainly in our house, I think both sides quite like it, that they can have their own peace and quiet. So Bri gets control of things she wants to watch on TV and that sort of thing, and I go upstairs and do this sort of thing, and also having the second monitor now, just start watching what I want to watch whilst hobbying. And it's a lot better lighting up here as well. It's a smaller room. It's got a nice bright LED light, so I don't have to sit in in darkness downstairs. Sorry, in ambient lighting.
What you're saying, it's ideal conditions for you to paint?
No, I can't paint. I've got a man for that, you know that.
So what you're saying is it's ideal conditions for you to paint in?
No. No. But yeah, you'd enjoy painting in this room.
Yeah, I don't think I'd get away with it. I'm going to choose to paint when we're allowed to.
Marie might not mind too much. She might just get Bri to come over. Unfortunately, that means we've got the kids at that point now. So.
Oh no, you've got the kids.
Oh no, you've come to visit. Let's have a look.
Shazbat, I found the other mould line. That's not bad going though. For all these sprues, there's only 2 mould lines to be cleaned off.
Yeah. Too bad at all. Yeah, because sometimes with models it feels like you're sorry, I need to keep remembering to work under the camera, which is going to take me a while to get used to. Yeah, some sprues you feel like you're just chopping away everything, taking detail galore off, don't you?
Yeah.
Obviously less than it used to be, but
yeah. Just those people who are, I'm not sure if it shows up. What we're working on, tonight is the ACW stuff from Warlord Games, the 15mm. This is the first test brew for the Confederate Army. So it's just a case of paint it up, see how it goes, adapt the colour scheme as we're going along. That's the one joy with the Confederates, is they were so ragtag that I don't think it makes a major difference with all the different colours and the different shades.
Yeah.
They will be named the 50 Shades of Grey.
I thought that was a post-9 segment of the show.
I don't know what it means. I've just heard people talk about it.
Oh no, it's just where we can go more into depth about military history. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Still a post-watershed thing. Mm-hmm.
Oh, the delightful sound of I think as well, I know with these, because I'm not painting the contrast onto the pre-approved contrast paints, it's reacting or acting slightly differently to normal. Yeah, that needs to be darker, definitely. Yeah, Shazbata. Can I use it for anything else? No. Right, so Dark Oath Flesh, you've been officially relegated. I can paint the boots and everything now while I'm waiting for that to dry.
I'd say it's almost it's going to be a Fourth Road Bridge exercise with those sprues, isn't it?
Yeah.
have a lot of time for these Sarissa kits. This dread stuff is really nice. I'm not making any. I'm not swearing yet. I haven't hurt myself too much so far. So. That might be when I move on to potentially doing the ruined church. See how that plays out.
Sean's just saying as he gets older and his eyes grow a little dimmer, finding it harder and harder to paint at night. It'd be interesting to know what lights people use. He's got a good one, but struggles. Have you got a daylight bulb in your light, Sean? Because the difference with the daylight bulb is phenomenal.
You're going to say night and day then, weren't you? No.
No.
Yeah.
What have you got lights-wise in your rooms, Stu?
One uber bright light fitting. It's an LED light fitting that has 5 arms on it that you can just bend around to get light into certain areas. It's relatively inexpensive but incredibly bright. So we can find a link to what I use.
I rearranged the lighting in the kitchen so that the cluster of spotlights were all directed straight downwards.
Yeah.
Which is it's fine for painting, but photography it's a nightmare.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I've also, for when I'm doing some photos and things like that, I've got one of those selfie ring lights. It's not for selfies, but it just helps. Yeah, just helps when you want to take the pictures. Yeah, just switching to this light that I've got now has made a massive difference to productivity. I don't feel as tired while I'm in here. It's probably not the best for your eyes long term, but it does. It helps. Certainly helps with things like this. You know, where you can see the little bits that are just stopping you from getting the model to fit correctly, and which is often just the tiniest bit of MDF.
Right, this black is not working. Yeah, the contrast isn't taken as well to the undercoat.
Which undercoat was that one?
It was the grey and then the white zenithal over the top of it. Yeah, Sean's saying at the moment his painting area is a building site without a light, but yeah, it does use daylight bulbs. Did you pop the link up for your...
Not yet, I'll do it once I finish gluing this section together. Yeah. Sorry, I do uber concentrate when I'm doing terrain. So silence will happen from time to time.
Yeah, sure. Sean's just saying that even on a good night late, when he comes to viewing in the day, he finds missed bits. I think that's not unknown though. Especially if you're doing fiddly detail work.
So let's see if I can find it.
I think if you... this is just one of those evenings. If you can find yourself a really decent lamp, something like a ring light might help as well. Because sometimes if you use one of those ring lights with the magnifying glass in the middle, but with an artist's one, so it's got the daylight bulb in, that can make a difference as well.
Yeah.
I was watching a few reviews about this ACW sets earlier today, and one person was complaining that the bedrolls didn't all go the same direction on the models.
Of course they were.
And 5 minutes later, they complained that the models were too uniform. I can see myself going back to full-on traditional style, but I'll give it a go, see how it comes out.
Yeah, the only issue with that is there's a lot of them to do.
Yeah. Or I just spray them all grey, glue them to the stand and just look at them from a distance. James is saying, asking, do any of you use a head magnifying glass? Best thing I bought in a while. I tried. It wasn't a head one; it was a desk-mounted one. But I found I think it was more user error. I found I was losing a sense of how the whole model was looking. If I have to go back to it, mind you, that was before I got a better pair of glasses. And found out that I couldn't actually see anything anyway. It wasn't the need for a magnifying glass, it was just the need for corrective lenses.
Yeah, Ed was just saying on Twitch, maybe it's time for him to abandon war games and come to card games.
Andrew saying nothing wrong with his eyes. He just needs to grow his arms another 2 feet. I think he might be in that big river in Egypt, the Denial. That's a river far too many wargamers fall into.
Yeah, so I popped a link up for what I use. I love it. It's great for what I want to do. Yeah, it does give me a bit more sheen off of my head, but I can cope with that. I don't have to look at it. You guys do, so it's fine. But I haven't found that it gets too hot either. That was one concern, because if I reach up, I can touch it. That might just be my long arms that help with that, but yeah, it's pretty effective.
Has it reduced your heating bill as well?
There's no heating in this room.
There was a line I was going to go down, but I thought, no, I better not.
Mm-hmm.
Rich is saying adjustable position LED lights to be good, bend them to suit. Oh, I'm not sure if Rich has been drinking, which makes them look like they're under interrogation. Quote, "You expect me to highlight? No, Mr. Minnie, I expect you to layer." Sean saying sounds like a plan for the moment. I have a big window and painting area. Once I get things together, I'll share some photos. Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah.
And Andrew's saying he's just got a lamp with a magnifying glass on it, 20 quid from Aldi's.
Yeah, there was some good ones in a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I think I might have missed them.
It's one of those things they tend to have reasonably often. It's, yeah, I've seen them a couple of times. I've been in there, and for me to see them a couple of times when I don't go in very often tells you that, well, makes you think then they must be in there reasonably often. You're still happy with these buildings being sealed? We don't have to be able to get inside them, do we?
Yeah, we're never gonna. Even when it was us gaming, it was very rare to ever use the inside of an open building.
Yeah. It's only really bolt action. You're only really going to take cover in, isn't there? It's not always the most sensible thing, is it? So.
Ask your Soviets.
There was plenty more left. Let's look. That needs to come out.
Oh yeah, the other comment from the person doing the review was that they wish that Warlord had sculpted some more detail on the fingers. Then they fully acknowledge the fact that these models are 15mm and you're not going to see them anyway. But they still felt it was an issue.
Well, I think at that scale, too much detail. It just, if you're going to try painting it, it just looks horrible. That's my own personal opinion on. Could you imagine painting? It's like a Flames of War. Just imagine going for every finger on a. No. It's bad enough when you see people painting the insignia and things, isn't it? Freehand. To be fair, it looks amazing, but I can't imagine doing that for 2,000 men. Yeah, no worries. So it works well for me, and it's relatively inexpensive. That's what it is. Oh, cheers, Chris. Yeah, Chris on Twitch is just saying, well, this stream is looking snazzy. Yeah, took on a few ideas from last week and just changed it around a bit. I think it certainly works well, gives us a chance to showcase what we're doing as well. So yes.
Oh, baloney. I just painted someone's arm thinking it was a blanket.
Yeah. Now you just need to green stuff a blanket over it. So start again.
Yeah, 15 mil.
You started
I'll
on
just
any of yours, Chris? Oh yeah, ACW stuff. Chris just saying needs some liquid poly. Can't for the life. Him find his. Then he's going to build up the Civil War stuff. Oh. Yeah, we should be having the SPQR redemption scheme, which is finished with Warlord now, but we're carrying it on for a bit longer, where you get the rule book if you buy one of the sets. We should be receiving that towards the start of the week. Should be good. Yeah. So those of you who don't know, that's if you buy one of the sets, you get a free rule book because they've updated the rules very quickly. So they decided that rather than charging people for a new rule book, if you bought a model kit, you would get a free rule book, which was very good of them. And they extended that to FLGSs as well.
which was a bit of a champion move by Warlord.
Yeah, it was. You can't. Yeah, we can't really ask for more than that. It would have been very easy for them just to keep it all in house, but fair play. You know, card games put their rules online for free. They do.
But
However,
when you print off the rule pack for Magic the Gathering, it costs you about the same as to buy the rule book for SPQR in paper and ink.
yeah. Yeah, but they also put rules on every single card. And that's unfortunate. But also, what makes them great at the same time? Because I've been having a lot of fun opening Time Spiral Remastered, and it's been a really nice set actually for someone like myself who hasn't played Magic or seen much of Magic from eons ago. See some of the old art cards was pretty cool.
I think I need a nice. Yeah, you know what Rich put up, don't you?
So Ed was just going down the route of everyone buy card games.
Rich has escalated things massively.
Yeah. Yeah, it is going to happen. I can feel it in my bones that it's going to happen. I've been wrong about this sort of thing before, so don't hold me to that.
It'll happen. I'm just going to go and quickly run and get some. Oh no, I might get away with it.
I thought you were just going to find the end of a sentence. That's where you were going then.
No, that would just be too controversial.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm just going to look at the
Titan Builder.
Dirty Rotten Johnny Rebs. What colour did they do? Oh, stupid thing. Yeah, I'm not painting the edge of the cuffs blue.
Oh, come on.
How the hell did any of them know who they were fighting? Because half the Confederates' uniform's blue. Then the Union obviously is all blue, but with some grey.
Yeah, they just attacked the flag people were holding. I think the Confederates were quite smart in that they actually carried less flags per regiment, didn't they?
Is that going to be too bright? Oh, choices. Ed's saying there was a battle when the Confederates attacked themselves. I'm just really not surprised.
Yes. Yeah, so all I'm doing at the minute is just adding bits of grey board to the MDF. That's what Sarissa used to give it a bit more detail. So when you painted it up, you don't lose the depth, which works really well. Rather than just having scarring in the MDF itself, just raising it up a bit just helps when it comes to painting it up.
So I'm just writing down my recipe. If I'm going to go rivet counter, then
which of course you are.
No. Then the belts and everything should be black, but I want them lighter to give a bit of pop to the...
We'll do them black and then do just some light grey edge highline. You love that, eh?
Sorry, I've just got an itchy head. That plan's out the window. Right, where's me black gone? That's Iron Warriors. Corvus black and Abaddon black. So we're doing a slight bit of multitasking and getting some base colours onto Krennic at the same time.
Yeah, I might bring the freeway bit in for this and take it into work rather than building it at home and trying to transport it in.
No, I think you should build it at home and carry it in.
Oh. Wouldn't be the first time I carried a large bit trying to work, but do get some odd looks.
I need to get some new brushes as well. My brushes are dying a death.
Richie just saying, deploy the Krennic and give us a show. I'm assuming the two things are connected with the give us a show bit being in brackets, but take it as you want to.
Just bear with me 2 minutes, Rich. I'm just fixing something on Krennic.
Poor guy, he's had a hard few days, hasn't
he? He's yeah. I think having a bath in the isopropanol persuaded him to behave himself.
Yeah.
But he's also a bit of a nightmare figure because he is just white clothes, black trousers.
Yeah, so Ed, there now seems to be a bit of interest in Digimon. There may have always been this interest, but we now know about said interest. We do have some chill out music we could put on in the background.
Hashtag officially licensed.
That's what happens when you hear the big bucks, right? They give you 4 tracks that you can play in the background.
Yeah, after all the stick that Krennic's put up with this week, I think I'll have to make sure I just try and use him in every single game to make it up to him.
Yeah, Ed was just saying he's told people to be more vocal about the interest, which, thank you. We will see what we can get hold of. However, I'm not sure how much is left out there. Which is a problem.
Yeah, we could have got in at the start because we had the opportunity, but there was no real feedback from people saying they were after it.
Yep.
In a wild attempt to divert away from how slowly I'm painting a pair of boots, have you had a chance to look at those cyberpunk red figures that Warlord pushing out, Stu?
I have, yeah. They look pretty good, actually.
Really nice.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow there is the almighty massive pre-order for the cow owls.
Mm. I just started playing music randomly in the background that we're allowed to play. Shall see if I can find something that's not so much like whale sounds.
You can't beat a good whale quartet.
Yeah.
Oh, this brush is going to go out the window in a minute.
There you go. We'll have a bit of that in the background, shall we? You might not be able to hear it, but
yeah, because I've got the live chat and Twitch muted. As soon as I've got this bit of the gun base colour on, got 2 seconds for a minute or two because I need to go and get my knife to sort out these bristles because they're splitting, so it's going to have a shave.
Okay, dokes. So you're happy with that then, Chris? We'll leave that on for now. Do you know when the pre-orders go up for the new AdMech stuff and the Sisters Battle Cannon Predator? No. Don't think we do.
I'm not sure if next month. They seem to be talking about Underworld, the new Underworld game, becoming a lot closer. So I don't know if that's going to be the big release for next month.
Yeah.
And then potentially they might have the AdMech stuff after that. Oh, it's not looking too bad. Where's my mouse gone? Right, there you are, Rich. The camera's not really brilliant for it, but I'm going to shade up, just emphasise a bit more some of the folds on the white because that was all done with airbrush. So it's the white's more or less done, to be honest. It just needs, some of the deeper folds sorting out. And 2 types of black because that's the type of guy he is. However, I'm not going to paint his belt just yet until I've fixed this brush. But if it then goes off onto the white, I'll then be very distressed. I just want to go back and just sit and use the airbrush again.
So that's that way.
Right, so I'll be back in 2 minutes. If you hear any screaming, it's the paintbrush being forcibly trimmed of its rogue bristles.
Oh no, it's absolutely fine. I've got music to keep me company now. Dun, dun.
Ooh, this one. Oh no, I might have found another one that's workable, but no, that one's still going to get slapped. I think it's a duff brush because the bristles are really soft and they're just separating constantly. So if that one doesn't behave itself, it's going to become the contrast brush.
Well, I'm using a dry brush at the minute as my glue brush.
Right, I'll be back soon as.
Okay. So when you say you're thinking about your mountain of painting, Chris, are you setting a plan of action? Are you using the patented D20? Let's pick things to get done. I know you said you want to do the ACW stuff. Is there anything else? Yeah, I think there's a lot of people at the end of their line of motivation. We are certainly getting closer. Plenty of fresh ideas, as always. Hopefully some will become more apparent in the next few weeks. How did your session of Vampire the Masquerade go last night? I didn't manage to get tuned into any of it. Hopefully it went alright. Well, it's alright as a campaign doing that sort of thing can go. That's all I'm doing at the minute is just rolling some of this grey board to get the curved edges of the buildings. Sarissa, they use the heat to go all the way down and actually just gently go through, and yeah, it makes it quite easy to fold along all the lines. I essentially just use a knife or thicker paintbrush to do it. Ah, you managed to. That is good going, I think, for a system like that. I'm assuming the rest of the party didn't finish with such a glamorous position. Yeah, Chris is just saying on Twitch that they all realised that in fact the choice between fighting the 1,000-year-old vampire Anglo-Saxon dude and siding with him was a no-brainer. Yeah. Sounds like a very good assessment of the situation. Yeah, I've built a few of these buildings now, and if there's any part that's going to get me frustrated, it's just getting these onto the latches. The little hooks that it needs to go on. If you can do it without tearing the grey board, it's all better, and I'm sure there probably is a slightly better way of doing this. It's all gets hidden soon because you get some support plates to go over the front as well. So, grey board is in fact just a thin piece of card, essentially is all it is. Yeah, I think it's more of a pulp based thing. Yeah, it's quite good to work with, it's quite good to cut into shapes really easily, but as I say, it's really good for adding things. So if you see on here, all these are grey board. So it gives a bit of texture to the whole thing, but it also allows you on things such as the roofs to get the curved edges, whereas the MDF would just look really blocky. So it works really well for that. Just getting into all the little notches that can be difficult at times. This one hasn't been too bad, he says. So I built a few of these. They do go together quite nicely, and they also have reinforcing bars that are about to go down the front as well. So they go down, and they'll hold it in place, which adds a lot of support to the whole thing. And then finally, once we get to it in a few minutes, we've got a piece of grey board for the front, which will act as the signage for the frontage of the shop. Then we've got some stairs and a roof section to put on as well for it. Yeah, it wasn't until I started working with this MDF. I'd seen quite a few MDF kits that had grey board and wasn't really sure how they fitted into the whole thing, but they add a lot to it. It's fairly robust as well. So obviously you can't squeeze it in your hand, but it will crumble. But overall, the parts that it's used in settings like this, it does work really well. You've got some of the So Gates of Antara is terrain that Warlord did through Sarissa. Got some of that, some Boromite Habdomes, which are really nice and curved as well. So yeah, works really well for things like that. One thing that's been nice about this kit as well is not been a huge amount of cleanup.
Sorry for the delay. First of all, I picked up the wrong paint, or the paint I thought I was going to use. I got it downstairs and I thought, no, it's still not dark enough. So I went and got another one, and then foolishly shoved some crisps in my gob, and suddenly realised that they're the noisiest crisps going.
And you had a few more?
I finished the packet.
Yeah.
That's better.
I was just saying to Rich that the grey board adds a lot to these kits. Just being able to get the curved edges onto them.
It's quite a cheap but effective way of doing it, isn't it?
Yep. And it doesn't add a lot of weight to the kit either.
I can see me completely changing my mind about how I'm doing these reps. Leash the Cygor Brown. if you see me suddenly grab everything and try and shield it, it's because the cats are going to have an argument on top of the unit behind me. Probably about the next 10 minutes. That normally results in one of them just taking the quickest route down to the table, which involves just launching themselves straight at me.
You ever thought about getting a geek room?
Yep. It's I think I need to build a lot of stuff to clear some space. Once I've got these bits done, I'll get what Grim has been doing this week. Pictures up.
Is it? Well, if we get that to fit. There you go. So that's another one of those done. The signage. Just needs a little bit longer to dry, but it's all done.
Nice. They are very, very nice, those buildings.
Yeah.
It's it did take me by surprise just how decent they are and well made they are. I mean, this Sarissa stuff generally is good, but it's a step up even for Sarissa.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, it's a couple of years old, this kit now, but it's just solid. I think that's it. As owning a gaming store, that's what we want, isn't it? Solid pieces of terrain. Not so much for other people breaking them, but when we're putting them away at the end of a night, it's in that tired haze that we sometimes have.
When it's 10 past 10 and you've not eaten at night and you've not eaten and you really want to get home and it's that internal debate you have in your head of, do I leave it to the person for the day after?
Yeah.
What will it cost me to leave it to the day after?
Yeah. That's it. Just that hope of someone else is coming in the day to play the same system.
That's better.
Nice, it has a lot of space. You have to really trust yourself, I think, to give something space.
Apparently, you do. Oh, we'll have a little break from the music for a while, and that was DJ Chestnut putting out some rock on Pretzel Rocks, the app. If you go onto Twitch, you'll see a whole list of all the tracks that have been played That's what we've got to do, right?
Yeah.
DJ Chestnut has legs. Yeah, I did used to enjoy a bit of DJing when I was younger. Back in my heavy German house phase that I was going through. Oh, it's bizarre, isn't it? It's all kinds of crazy. Yeah. It's a different person back then. Different person. Yeah. Anyway, anywho.
And moving on.
Yeah.
So, do we start calling you Hans or Fritz now, Stu?
No, you don't have to call me that. I did like some. No, it's more. No real British stuff. It's more Dutch and German. Yeah. Different times, I've told you, different times. Yeah. Good night, Chris.
Night, Chris.
Yeah, cheers for joining. Yes, I'm just going to work on the rooftop deck upgrade for this one. So they can either just come as the retails on their own, or you can get the little add-on for the roofs. It's great because we're not really using the inside of the buildings, but with the stairs and the bit for the top, the deck, we can at least get models onto the top. What I remember from building these before is just pay attention to which ones you're putting in which space. Right. That goes on that. It sounds obvious. Alright, just saying it's complete at last. I have at last analysed the results. It's so data driven. I'm assuming this is in reference to the survey. I don't know if you guys saw it, but they had to put in the group, just find out where people are at with gaming and switching systems, that sort of thing.
I wonder if Megan's breathing a sigh of relief that she's getting Ed back from the graphs. The graphs are releasing their hold on him. Or are they?
Yes. Whoa. Yes. That can't go wrong.
So Ed's saying, what do you reckon is your most popular game?
Well, we know what our most popular game is, but what does your survey say?
Just got to let dog back in again.
Yeah, I think
Ed's gone into radio silence.
Yeah, undoubtedly our most popular game is 40k.
Yeah. Right, I'm back in 2 minutes. if we're going to be doing a on-screen data discussion and everything, did you want to throw Ed an invite so we can do a full-on news at 10 investigative report? Oh, hang on.
I think that was a no.
I'm getting barked at by the dog for not being quick enough.
Yeah, do you want us to pop your link over, Ed, so you can jump in? Yeah, most commonly played. Cool. Just give me a sec. I'll just send you the link. You can give us a breakdown. Yeah, so it's just going to pop in onto the stream and just talk us through the findings. It's quite interesting for us as well. I mean, we've definitely seen some people shifting systems, but I think when some of those systems reopen, I imagine people will head back to what they know and what they've played for years.
Yeah, a lot of people tend to have a go-to game that's the familiar one, and then pick up several other extra games to play.
Yeah. Oh, and look at that! I don't even have to alter the screen. That's brilliant. It's almost like I planned that.
Hang on. I think I'm.
We definitely can't see you at the minute.
Oh, right. Hang on. That ain't right. Okay. There we go. Look, there you are. We got the background going on here. Oh God, everything's going.
Ed, close your spare browser windows quickly.
Okay, so this is data-driven research. Where is my Survey Monkey thing? Nope. No idea. Was it there?
Yeah.
It was there. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I've got all the data here. So I asked a bunch of questions. Some of them being if people are more interested or less interested now after the lockdown in the games that they played before. That's not on here because almost everyone said that either their interest has stayed the same or increased over the lockdown, which is not what I had hypothesized originally, and it's made me a lot more positive about the whole situation. But if we do a little bit of a deeper dive into the data, that's what we'll do here. This graph kind of looks this chart looks a bit boring, so let's make it a little bit prettier before we have to look at it. Wait, hang on. How do I do? Oh no. Hang on. There's a pretty button. I'm sure it's in design, but I can't see it.
There's so many things we could be saying at this moment in time, but we can't because we're a family-oriented.
No, I think when I put this out on Twitch, we say it's adult audiences only.
Yeah, look at that. Look how pretty that is now. Oh, beautiful. What did I do? I went into something to do that, and now I've forgotten what it was. No, there it is. Let's make that one, I don't know, orange or something. Who cares? Okay, so the first question was, what games did you play before the lockdowns were a thing? So you could select as many as applied on this one as a multiple checkbox question. And then the follow-on question after that was, what do you intend to play after the lockdown? So comparing it, given everyone just a list of loads of different games, what they played before and what they want to play after, to see how that would change. And you can see a percentage increase here. Black Powder seems to be doing pretty well out of the lockdown, with a 200% increase in people who are interested in playing it.
That will be the ACW boxes.
Yes, there's been some big releases. Well, a tiny big release. That sounds weird. Yeah, so they've introduced a new scale into the system, so a lot of people have picked that up. Or a few people have picked it up. So
a new scale.
Yeah, so they've got traditionally Black Powder's been played through Warlord at 28 mil.
Scale edit.
Yeah, and they're now. Yeah.
They're adding a new.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm busy concentrating on this piece of terrain. Yeah, they've now released a just slightly under 15 mil. So we're going from a scale of 156 down to 100 to give you scale rather than mils.
Okay, so presumably that's bigger battles then.
Yeah, so there's a lot more units on the table. Visually, it's impressive.
It's epic battles.
Indeed.
I'm sorry.
You're not.
No, I'm not.
I wonder if you can explain as well other Games Workshop games that aren't 40k or Age of Sigmar had the biggest increase at 233%, from 3 people who did play to 10 people who intend to play.
That would be Adeptus Titanicus, Lord of the Rings, but mainly the new Warhammer Underworlds or potentially the new Warhammer Underworlds that's coming out.
Yeah, so it's the so not Underworlds. It's similar.
No,
it's going to be called Curse City. It's Warhammer Quest, and it's essentially what Blackstone Fortress was for 40k. They're bringing one out for the fantasy side of it. And there's a lot of interest in that.
I suppose it makes sense because Age of Sigmar has seen a 66.7% increase in interest, with only 6 people having played it before lockdown and 10 intending to. So if the 6 people who did and the 4 new people that intend to are also interested in the Warhammer Quest, that would account for the increase in the other Games Workshop games.
Yeah, so another reason for that will be that just prior to lockdown starting, one of the guys in the group, Greg Boone, was starting a Age of Sigmar Escalation League, which had a lot of new players coming into it, those that hadn't played but wanted to play. So I imagine a fair few of those have finished their forces over lockdown to get on with playing.
I like the Age of Sigmar stuff. I've got only a very, very small amount of the Gloom Spike Gits.
Yep. Yeah.
I thought they were very funny.
Yes.
It looks as well like Legion has seen a 50% increase in interest as well.
Yeah, I think with that one, it's been a fair few people picking up models to paint over lockdown, because they are there's a bit more to them. You can the characters are instantly recognisable, so even when you paint them up, they are what you're expecting them to be.
Yeah,
that's quite interesting, because Legion locally had a fairly solid following. So it would be good that the player base is going to be expanding, because it means we can get more games going.
Yeah.
And I've really got to learn to finish sentences.
And there he goes again.
Trying to concentrate.
So I just goosed up a harness on a horse's head. It means we can get more stuff going on and get more people playing it, basically.
Well, we're at the point with that system where we were just going to start organised play, weren't we? With the organised play coming from FFG. So it's definitely one we'll start doing again. Or start again.
Yeah. It looks like Warhammer 40k gone from 13 to 14, a 7% increase. So that seems, I would say that's pretty typical of the rate at which people sort of bring their friends into games like that.
Yeah.
It is interesting to see when you consider people can't play games, that there is still expansion on games.
I do think that perhaps another question I asked is whether or not people had been playing on online simulators for the games that they would otherwise be playing in person, and a majority of people have been. So it may be easier to get somebody in on Tabletop Simulator or something to play a war game, sort of show them the ropes online without them ever having to purchase a model, build anything. They can just go straight in with a small skirmish online.
Yeah.
I suppose that might account for why the war games seem to have done better than any of the card games.
Yeah, well, I think we touched on this last week. With the miniatures games, you've got that hobby side as well. With cards, unless you're going to sit there and see the draws you get, which I know some people do, Ed, then you're not necessarily going to play it on your own, are you? But so that's why I think you'll see more with the hobby side. And also people have generally got a stash of models that they've probably worked on to some degree. It probably made them want to play the game as well.
Yeah. The biggest losers in terms of the increase or decrease in interest, it looks like D&D has atrophied in that, I guess, if you're not playing D&D every week, you're going to lose interest gradually over time, and doing it online is just not quite the same.
Yeah.
So I suppose that would explain why people are just sort of not... I feel like that will go up again though once people are actually back in person.
Yeah.
D&D is a very, very sociable game. You can play it over Zoom. It's all right, but it just lacks that extra bit of the role-playing element bouncing off the other players in the room and everything.
Yeah. The glares that people don't quite come across the same, do they? That glare that you are going to destroy that other person at some point later on in the event.
When they've just opened the door that they shouldn't have, and then now being faced with a small dragon.
Yes.
The who is the biggest loser? The biggest loser is Yu-Gi-Oh! By the looks of it. A minus 36.4% decrease. Sorry, a 36.4% decrease.
Well, that was happening before the third lockdown kicked in. I think the gold tin, you'll know very well, Ed, the gold tin last year nerfed it for a lot of people.
Yeah. Dragoon caused issues. Definitely caused issues. But then this second little chart down here is probably more interesting for me, particularly, because this was the one where people could only select one of all of the games that were in the previous list for what they played the most before the lockdowns, and then what they intend to play the most after the lockdowns. So obviously these things could potentially change.
Yep.
What people's intentions? These people are obviously very excited, especially if they've changed what they used to play and what they intend to play. They're obviously a lot more excited about the thing that they intend to play than they were or are about the things that they did play the most. Well,
Can you repeat that?
No, I can't.
The entire sentence verbatim, please.
Absolutely not. But I can tell you that the biggest winner of all is the other Games Workshop games, presumably the it could be the Lord of the Rings, could be the Warhammer.
Yeah, it'll be Kill Team as well, because I know it's a 40k, but that had a big release not too long ago.
And of course, Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
I suppose the 200% increase may be erroneous for that, because it's perhaps too broad of a category that I needed to split out just a little bit more to get a more accurate result. But you live and learn. Following that, Magic the Gathering looks like it's doing pretty well, having a 50% increase. It's only technically one person, but I think one person who's more interested in Magic the Gathering than anything else now, after having come out of one of the other games that have lost something, probably Yu-Gi-Oh, to be fair.
What was your sorry, Ed? What was your sample size?
It ended up only being 29 people, not a massive sample size.
That's not bad. Because if you equate that to the group, so 29 people, round it off 30, make the maths easier, double it up, you're looking at about 5% of the group of registered people in the group responded. So yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's a decent response rate, actually, for online surveys.
Yeah. Yeah, well, people often think that you're trying to scam them or just waste their time. And I was trying to waste people's time, but in a fun way.
And in a way that Ed didn't get any extra gratification from at all.
None at all. Nothing about these graphs makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. Well, I suppose these graphs. Oh, look at them. Oh, look at these blue and orange figures. So
Shall I leave you alone with them?
This is the nicest visualization.
Please don't, Megan. He's on the live stream.
So Age of Sigmar here, big orange bar, but no blue bar. The blue bar is the number of people who played these games the most before the lockdown, and the orange is the number who intend to play them after lockdown. So the bolt action increase, D&D decrease, Magic increase, other stays the same. Other Games Workshop games, big increase. Warhammer 40k slightly down. Are on what people are most interested to play the most. So someone out there maybe decided they prefer Age of Sigmar, potentially.
There's definitely been an uptake on Sigma, because we're seeing a lot more of the start collecting kits moving. Mega Gargants have suddenly become very popular.
Yes.
I'm not sure what that is.
A great big giant.
This fella.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I guess after lockdown, people want to be represented on the tabletop.
Perhaps, yeah.
Like after a year of lockdown. Certainly what I'm going to look like in a couple of weeks' time.
I stick the horn through your head.
It was quite amusing, Ed, when you came to pick up your order the other day, and you were in your full survival kit, and yeah, it took me a couple of seconds to recognise you.
Survival
It's
gear.
the beard.
It's, nothing like a high vis jacket. I can go anywhere. As soon as I put on the high vis, I could walk anywhere and no one would ever ask any questions. Interestingly, would you say?
Oh, I'm just trying to grab on.
Yeah, it looks like D&D was before lockdown was actually the most played game, but obviously D&D is a lot more often played at home with sort of friends and family around a dining table or something, rather than in store, sort of one-on-one kind of thing.
I think that's it. We did see a lot of we have a lot of D&D players, but if you think one D&D game can potentially have 7 players in it, as opposed to 40k, there's 2, so you're looking at 4 games. So the most played, definitely 40k. The more people within the space, yeah, probably D&D or RPG systems, I think. Yeah.
Not many people seemed to play Call of Cthulhu before the lockdown, but actually it did have a big increase in interest, potentially due to the masks of Nyarlathotep. I don't know if that's correct, but
Sorry.
you haven't got the
Family oriented.
the old virus there, do you? Keep an eye on that, because I want 2 weeks off work. And then down here, I just got graphs showing the percentage increase, where it's interesting to compare the what is I feel like most interesting to me is that when you give people force people into choosing one thing, the results are a little bit, they seem to be a little bit out of whack with if you give people a massive checklist of things to go at, because Star Wars Legion looks to be increasing in interest, yet if you ask people to narrow it down to what they're most excited to play, Star Wars Legion doesn't change at all. And Black Powder, if you give people loads of checkboxes, as many as they like, 200% increase in interest, but nobody said that they were most excited to play Black Powder after the lockdowns that didn't already have it as their favourite to begin with.
Yeah, that's because a lot of people have got to get the stuff painted yet, and that'll be the daunting part, to put it as the first thing you want to play.
I wonder how many. It'd be another interesting graph to go for. I wonder how many people buy war game stuff and get to a certain point in the different stages, and then don't actually make it to the stage of playing the game.
All
right.
This isn't about playing games. This is about collecting stuff. You are aware of that, right?
Megan doesn't believe in collecting things.
Oh. How many of those helmets you got?
Like me. Thank you very much.
Oh, well,
And yeah, whatever it's called.
that makes all the difference there. Yeah, it's been a strange year, and I'm sort of sat here with surrounded by cards, but I can't use them.
Yeah.
It's a very sad day for card gamers. Oh, this is going to be. Oh, you're going into the void. There's an infinite number of Doms and Stews. Ooh.
Oh, Ed Sheeran's back.
All right. Okay. That's... Hang on. This is big brain, I think. Wait. No, this is small brain. Oh. There we go.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to reconstruct my stream background so that I have it for next time, but also at the same time, so it looks pretty rad in the. There we go. That's pretty rad. See, no one needs to see any further than this. No one needs to see how cool my man cave is compared to Stu's. I don't want to put him to shame.
That you put me to shame all you want. Go on, let's see it.
Yeah, you've just stitched yourself up massively there, Red.
Oh yeah, Megan's throwing my. There we go. Oh, that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
There he is. I added the tusks because he didn't have any.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is not show and tell, Megan. Oh, that's not going to stay on your head. I'm going to have to ask you to tidy up. But what I can do, I can, because I've got to be the ambassador for card games. Because you guys are great at, your model painting.
Yeah.
But
cheers.
He's going to show cool card games on the stream for all the people who don't currently but will soon play card games.
I can show you a very cool card if you want, Ed.
Yeah, show me a cool card. I want to see it. Oh my god.
Stu,
Yeah.
you forgot to put your trousers on again.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Relatable.
I'm in my own house. But now, will you be able to see it on? Yeah. Ooh, that way.
I'll be able to see it in like 30 seconds. The big reveal.
Oh, is it
do it
that
that
card,
way.
Stu?
Let's do it that way.
Oh, the old style border Yorgmoth.
Foil.
Oof.
Oh.
Why did they not do Urza? Where's the I want him? I have where is he? Where's yeah. There we go. This is a site that might make me unpopular. There he is. There's my Urza as my commander. I wanted him in an old border because it would be so cool.
Yeah.
So cool because Urza and Yorgmoth, there's kind of a history there, and history is old. Yeah, okay. Oh well, yeah, I was going to show cool things. What was I going to show? Oh yeah, here's some cool cards. Here's an interesting thing that might appeal to somebody who might then suddenly decide to play Magic the Gathering, which is a good idea, and you should do it. I can't get them out of the box. Hang on. There they are. Yeah, okay. So, there's a couple of angels. Alright, they're pretty rad. They're pretty cool anyway. These are from the set Eldritch Moon. So if you have both of these angels on the field at the same time, you can, meld them. And if you meld them, so you turn them around, so that's the front. Oh my gosh, where's my camera? There's the front, and then you turn them over, and then you put them together, and then it's one big scary creature.
That is pretty cool, to be fair.
It's pretty cool. And if you want to turn around your cards and make a big card, you're not going to be able to do that in Warhammer 40k.
However, that is soon coming to through Wizards of the Coast, isn't it? So Magic and 40k are together now, right?
They are. Yes. A lot of Magic players are not pleased, but I'm hoping that it gets people into playing Magic the Gathering. My brain has just decided that it's Friday evening.
Ed, is your brain just playing to itself? It's Friday night.
It is now. It is now.
I am going to launch these brushes. This brush is becoming this brush is marked. Welcome to contrast heaven.
Do you reckon that this is an interesting question? Do you reckon?
Oh, is it?
I should do these on my own.
Oh no, you shouldn't.
Oh no. It's far more fun, Ed.
Do you reckon that the upcoming Warhammer 40k and Lord of the Rings Magic cards will act as a gateway to get people playing Magic, or will they mainly sit on people's shelves as collector's pieces if they're already fans of the existing IPs that Wizards are bringing in? Because I don't think a lot of Magic players are going to be... they're not... A lot of... The general gist of the opinion of the existing Magic community is that they feel like bringing these external IPs into the game, it kind of bastardizes the existing lore.
Yeah.
And with them being black bordered, they are legal in Commander, which is the most popular Magic format. And if you are playing purely based on Wizards of the Coast's own rules for the Commander format, they are legal, so you can't really say anything if somebody wants to play with them.
Mm-hmm.
Which means unless you were just saying outright that nobody can use any Universes Beyond cards in this play group, I'm not allowing it, which is a bit of a card game Hitler thing to do.
It will happen.
It will happen, I'm sure, but I'm sure people have good reasons for it, because if you're that deeply in love with the 25 plus year of lore that Magic the Gathering has, you might not want that besmirching with
But this is what some people are going to enjoy it, but I don't understand it at all, because both franchises or both IP are built on lore. They're both, they don't intertwine in any way, shape, or form. So I don't understand it, if I'm honest. But
it does seem a little bizarre from a lore perspective.
Yeah.
Because if anyone doesn't know, when you're playing Magic the Gathering, the premise is that you are a planeswalker, and you're battling against other planeswalkers over whatever trifle, whoever gets the last slice of cake or whatever. And in doing so, you're using your godlike powers to call upon creatures and allies from different planes in the multiverse. You, as a planeswalker, effectively have the power of a god. And there are entities in the Warhammer 40k lore that have godlike powers, but there are a lot of the powers that exist in Magic that don't exist in 40k. And if you compare the Magic systems of the two fantasy universes, Magic the Gathering's Magic system is very, very high magic, which essentially means that if something is feasibly possible at the very extent of your imagination, there is someone in that world that can probably make that happen with magic. Whereas in 40k, there are definite limits to the magic that they're using. So when you combine the two, you're left with the conundrum of, if I am a planeswalker with these ultimate godlike powers, commanding a force of space marines into battle, why can I not intervene with the conflicts in the 40k universe? Why can't I just go, oh, the Emperor, he's not really alive. How about I just resurrect him with magic? Because that's the kind of thing you can do. You can just, use a spell to bring creatures back from the graveyard. Why can't you do that to the Emperor? Why can't you just, I don't know, attack directly and reduce what's his name? Korn's life points to 0.
Do you just want to boot Ed off the stream, please, Stu?
Yeah, saying that about Corn was it. Not, yeah, I suppose one thing I'm kind of thinking is who currently has the IP for. Oh, sorry, not the IP. Who has the deal for 40k D&D? Does anyone have it currently? I know they have Warhammer Fantasy, which is Cubicle 7.
Isn't it Talisar?
There's the Wrath and Glory system, isn't there?
Talisar's ringing a bell for some reason, Stu.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got it because they got it from Ulysses, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the only reason I could see them doing it, if I'm honest, is to get something else down the line. So it makes no sense to me. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But if anyone can make it work, Wizards can make it work.
People have been speculating that one of the reasons is so that they can feasibly reprint cards that are on the reserve list under entirely different names, under it technically a separate IP. So it's not Magic the Gathering. So we're not reprinting the Black Lotus. We're reprinting the One Ring, which is a Lord of the Rings card, but it has the same effect as the Black Lotus. It's the same card, but it's a different card under a different name.
Yes.
So now we can reprint it without breaking our promise to the old players that invest in the Black Lotus.
Yeah.
That's an option, a potential option. It just seems so bizarre that, I mean, there's a game out there called Weiss Schwarz, which is a game that doesn't have its own characters. It just uses external IPs. And
sorry, Ed, I'm just going to cut in. Stu, have you seen Rich's comment on Facebook?
No, I had to switch off from Facebook.
Talking too much.
Yeah, to be fair, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, had Rich turned around and said, "Don, we're just unleashed Corn Berserkers on the Magic system." Yeah, because you would just the first player would just turn around and go, "Right, I'm drawing mana," and the Corn player would just go, "Yeah, I'm just dropping the almighty Corn bomb on you, and you're dead."
But the other person's already created 12 flying cat tokens. That is the issue, and those cat tokens are going to become a problem for you.
Here's the question, though. Who would win? Who would win, a Corn Berserker or 13 squirrels?
Or limited things.
Well,
I think once the chain axe started whirring, the flying squirrels might just decide that they were better off flying somewhere else.
Weed whacker.
Yeah. But this is the thing. It's odd, isn't it? I could grasp it more if it was coming from the Warhammer Fantasy side. I could get that a bit more, but 40k just I don't. I'll be interested to see how it plays out. I suppose that's the way to put it.
Definitely, the reason they've gone for 40k over Age of Sigmar is the massive difference in popularity.
Oh yeah,
it's got a massive amount to do with it.
Yeah, well, Play Fusion had Champions not too long ago, didn't they? And unfortunately created a very good game, but then did what Play Fusion do and stopped supporting said game, or ran the license as long as they had it, and you can currently pick up sets of that in B&M for £2.99.
Well, hey, Pokemon is being sold in B&M currently, and apparently as soon as they put out the stock, it's gone.
Yeah.
You have to stand around in the store for 3 hours waiting for them to bring it out before you can get anything.
Yeah, sounds very much like the web store. Yes.
Yeah, it's
yes.
There are problems. In fact, I think all the card games, I think all of them all of the popular ones, the big three, have been, in fact, not even just the big three. There's been serious problems, and I don't think it's all down to supply issues. That obviously contributed originally to Pokemon's issue, but I think they're almost back at full production now. It's just that the demand has spiked so much for Pokemon that people are seeing that and spilling that over into the other games as well. Like Yu-Gi-Oh card prices compared to 2 years ago for sort of the same rarity of cards that aren't short printed, they're like at least double. And it's so strange.
Yes.
Because Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't hold the value that Pokemon does. Like if you have a card in Pokemon that has Pikachu or Charizard on it, that's guaranteed to down the line go up in value just because they stop making it and then it becomes scarce.
Yeah.
But with Yu-Gi-Oh, there's absolutely nothing stopping them just reprinting the same card 8 or 9 times in the future. So it doesn't hold the value quite as much.
No.
But then the Digimon game, they've just released a new booster box, the 1.5 release. And apparently people have been queuing for 2 hours to get a box of it.
Yes. Yeah, it is bizarre, but it's going back to earlier. People haven't been able to game, so people have started. There's a lot of people just collecting now, which is fine. But it's like I think you mentioned a few weeks ago when you were on. You know, the gamers have got to be able to get something to game with at some point, right?
Well, exactly. It's all very well collecting the cards and putting them in a binder and looking at the pretty pictures and sitting and praying that they go up in value over the years, but it's a card game.
Yes.
And it's designed to be played.
Yeah.
I think with Pokemon you lose out on at least 50% of the experience. Yu-Gi-Oh you lose out on at least 80% of the experience, and Magic probably 90 plus if you just collect the cards and look at them.
Yeah.
There's so much, like there's significance to cards that collectors wouldn't look at twice, but because you've used them in a game and it completely turned the game from a loss to a win just with that one card, that has loads of significance to you, and you'll love that card and you'll put it right at the front of your binder because it means so much to you. But it doesn't have any value. It's a 99p card, but it won you a pivotal game. It won you a tournament. It won you a regionals. It won you the world championship.
Yeah.
All right. That's the goal. We're going to, certainly the Yu-Gi-Oh players, we're going to regionals. When we're allowed again, we're going to regionals. And we're doing better than we did before. We're going to take the Grim Dice name to the world championships. That's the goal.
Excellent. Yeah. You've committed to that on a recorded stream. Thank you very much.
Oh, we're trying to do that with Pokemon, aren't we, Shiv?
We're trying to get this league going. We just need people to commit to said league. There's freebies. There's nice
free Pokemon people. Look, even if you only play this event and you decide you don't like the game after that, free Pokemon. It's going to go up in value. Logan Paul's going to buy it off you for £1,000.
Yeah. Yes.
Where's my
inspiration? Delegation?
Well, there's a few delegations that I'd like to have a few words with. Look, these are cards. Oh, Christ! If
you hadn't got that background sexy stream thing that you were so excited about earlier,
then I'd be able to, it'd be easy if I didn't have background. Look, it's well there. It's a full art. It's one of the best cards in the game right now, but you don't know what it does because you don't play Pokemon, and I feel sorry for you. If you don't play Pokemon, just what are you doing, man?
But if you do want to play Pokemon, please drop a message into the gaming group, and once everything's up and running again, Ed will talk you through it. He will also be talking me through it as well. So
You could. That's I'll get people playing.
Oh, I'm quite keen to get people playing Pokemon. My kids are really interested in this one. So Pokemon was never a thing for me growing up. So they're quite keen on it. And I know far more about Pokemon than I actually realised I did.
I'm a proof to you, right, that Pokemon not only played a role in my upbringing, but that my upbringing, far more than my parents, was entirely done by Pokemon. Okay, so this is my 3DS. What game is in there currently? Oh, yeah, that's Pokemon Platinum. So that's been in there for probably over a year now. What's this one? This is my 3DS, and it's covered in all 151 of the original Pokemon on its little shell. What game's in there? Okay, that's Monster Hunter. That's it's similar.
I like what you're doing here, Ed. You carry on.
Yeah, this is an OG original Game Boy. It doesn't have a game in it, but this was used for many, many hours of Pokemon Red.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. Okay, then Game Boy, original Game Boy. That's all good, but it's black and white. So then we got to look at the Game Boy Colors. One of which has Pokemon Red still in it, of which I have, right, I've got 20 more to get. I have 131. I need 20 more. The problem is I got to play Pokemon Blue to the same point so I can get the exclusives. I do have it. I just don't have time. Then I've got Game Boy Pockets because, you know, these things, this is way too bulky to carry around, whereas this is pocket size.
Oh, man.
Ed, what that's saying really is that you've got too many handheld game systems.
That's not at all true. I also have 2 Game Boy Advances. Yeah. Then how many SPs do I have?
One is mine.
Okay, I've got 1 SP. Megan's got 1 SP, which I made her get. Then we've got there's 2 Nintendo DS's. There we go.
The pink one's his.
The pink one's mine, but they're both mine. My DS lights are broken and in a bag. I need to replace them. I've got, there we go, a Pokemon DSi. It's the, you can't really see it very well. It's the black and white promotional one. And wait, there's a game in here. What game is that? Oh, it's Pokemon Soul Silver. Amazing game. Then, yeah, I'll definitely need that. Oh no, yeah, there's a 2DS. I wonder what that symbol is. Wonder what symbol that is. Don't know what that is. Then there's a DS Lite. Yeah, there's a DS Lite with Pokemon Fire Red in it. Oh, you can play retro games in that. And then the Zacian and Zamazenta Switch Lite promo.
So what you're saying is you've got loads of these systems that you're just collecting now, yeah?
I just have
well, I just want to see Ed recover from that.
I have lots of games. They're all Pokemon. That's Wario Land. Hey, what a game! Oh god. Hey, some of these games are valuable. Not anymore. Ooh. I also have a few not handheld systems, but they don't have Pokemon on them, so you know, who cares?
Exactly. Yeah.
So if
That was very much a politician's response, then, Stu, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Just ignore the question completely and move on to something else.
Yes.
I'd like to get into politics, then I could make it law that everyone has to play card games.
But that's when it gets scary.
I don't know. I feel like everyone's life would be better if they played card games.
I certainly don't feel it would be any worse. I don't think it's negative.
Pokemon summons Dragoon for the first time.
Yeah, but yeah, true.
I wonder what the most exciting card game news is. I'm sure there's some exciting... Oh, Metro's decided to tell everyone that it's a great time to start playing. Oh yeah, that's good. Now is a great time to start playing the Pokemon card game. Instead of telling people just to buy it. Hey, buy it and sit on it for 20 years. And just hope that all the other people that are doing the same thing don't decide to sell them at the same time.
Yes.
This is a nice little summary. The basic play mechanics of the Pokemon trading card game are just like the video games. As two Pokemon face off in turn-based battles, Pokemon attack each other by using attacks or abilities powered by energy cards. The first player to take all of their own prize cards before their opponents wins, but other victory conditions include if your opponent has no Pokemon left in play or no cards left to draw at the beginning of their turn. Oh, that's sweet. Battle Styles is a good set to pick up if you're new to the game.
Battle Styles was a very odd product for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, normally we put Pokemon on and half an hour later it's gone. But the boosters just sat there.
There's a slow burner. Think about.
But then all of a sudden they just went.
Yeah.
I think the reason for that, from the inside, I'm in the inner circle of the Pokemon Mafia here. The previous sets, there've been almost every single one of them has had a chase Pikachu or Charizard.
Yeah.
So the Logan Paul investors have been all on it, all on that shizzle. Whereas Battle Styles doesn't. However, now people seem to be realizing that other Pokemon can be worth money. There's a Tyranitar alternate art and an Empoleon alternate art in the set. Those are chase cards. So now people are buying it en masse to try and pull those. Because... Let's have a look. Yeah, so the Tyranitar V alternate art. Why are these all Japanese? Oh no, yeah, there we go. In English, the cheapest one on eBay is over £120. The Empoleon, probably not quite as much, but 72. One at 50. No, that's not bad. So yeah, 50. So if you pull either of those, you kind of set for the set.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, in other... sorry, go ahead.
It's a similar sort of thing to painted models on eBay. The thing of the stereotypical pro-painted eBay models. But if you've got a half decent painted army, then you can do quite well. But the old stuff, like Epic Armageddon, if you've got stuff still in the blister or can't remember the name of the game, so that's just completely irrelevant. Battlefleet Gothic, that stuff goes for an absolute huge amount compared to the label price. It's just that.
But I think with that sort of stuff, you got lucky you didn't actually open it. I think it's more of a that.
Yeah.
Wargamers as such probably aren't, at that time certainly weren't collecting. People now pick up the historical stuff to collect.
suppose it's with all these things, the more people have that are interested in the game, the more the old stuff that they can't just buy is going to go up.
Yeah, there's still stuff you can get that'll do the job, but some people just want to have the originals. So. It's not a game. It's not a route I'm going down. It's far too expensive. But especially when you can buy new stuff from Grimdice Tabletop Gaming.
Exactly. Or you can buy singles now.
Yeah.
Just for clarity and legal reasons, those singles are actually for card games and not for another other purpose.
No hot singles in your area, then.
Facebook removed that post.
Excellent. Or why don't they remove the posts from the actual adult websites then?
I don't get those, Ed. What have you been searching for to get those?
Well, all I had to do was like the hot singles in your area post from. Been relentless.
Anywho,
the Magic the Gathering Arena has been released on smartphones and tablets.
it is, but who's got nearly a gig of space left on their phones to download said game?
Christ.
Yes.
It seems, from when I've played Arena, it seems very much that you'd probably need the bigger screen.
Oh yeah.
To do it properly on.
Yeah.
It's not like Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links where it's purpose built for a smartphone and it's in portrait, so when a card comes up, it's actually bigger than the physical card, and you can actually read the text.
Yes.
Yeah.
They'll never change, will they? That's the problem. They're stuck at that size now forever, aren't they?
Yeah. But I don't understand. This is something I really don't understand. Why Konami doesn't do full arts?
Didn't even realise they didn't. Well, hadn't occurred to me they didn't.
So they have the art in a box in the middle, but they've never, ever in any of their rarities had that art bigger or outside of the box in any way. It's strange because every other game has alternate rarities that have full arts or like borderless cards.
Yeah. Yeah. That is odd.
I guess it's because they don't credit their artists. Apparently, Sonic the Hedgehog is getting its own physical card game as well. That's exciting.
It's just going to be rings, isn't it? Ring.
I to be honest, I can't see it doing well.
Yeah, neither can I on that one.
Maybe if they allowed Wizards of the Coast to make Sonic Magic cards, that would do great.
Yes.
Oh, and there's news about the NFT thing that's been going around, which is another example of people going mental about collectibles over lockdowns, which are the blockchain protected, unique cards and art pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So it's like having a physical card because there's a limited number of them, but the only certification you have is the blockchain. So if people stop caring about the cards, the value decreases substantially because it becomes way less secure.
Yeah.
It's like Bitcoin. The only reason Bitcoins have value is because people believe Bitcoins have value, and then as soon as people stop believing in them, they just tank.
Yeah.
Instant.
Well, we see that every now and again, don't we? They just disappear.
It's crazy because loads of people made an absolute fortune on Bitcoin, but now people are just so hung up on the idea that you can get rich off Bitcoin that they're willing to take these ridiculous risks.
Mm.
Now, this is an article about poker and other card games with cards rather than cards. Cards without the cards.
They're not proper card games.
No. Listen, if you don't have to go to Grim Dice Tabletop Gaming to purchase booster packs of cards, it ain't a card game.
That's why I like Ed.
Exactly.
I like Ed. I always said I like him. Never to his face, like, but you know,
Oh my god.
There we go. Forbes a week ago put out a article. What are the most valuable cards in Pokemon trading card games? Sword and Shield Battle Styles expansion. Because you know that if Forbes is putting out information about Pokemon, it's obviously going to be well researched and not just a quick cash in on a popular franchise.
oh, of course, yeah. Forbes know what they're doing. Yeah, no. Yeah. Not cashing in at all.
What? They seem to have got their wires crossed. The Sync Strike Urshifu VMAX alternate art, they reckon is the most valuable in the set.
Isn't the rainbow?
The alt doesn't actually come in rainbow.
Oh, is it just the...
However, it is only about £70, whereas the Tyranitar is about twice that. So I have beaten Forbes. I am better than Forbes. Come to me for all future financial advice. Ignore Forbes forever.
However, when that article was written, that card was the most expensive, because I have noticed how much the card market fluctuates. It is insane.
However, weeks ago I was saying the Tyranitar V would be far more valuable, so I still beat Forbes.
Yeah, is it only valuable because Leon Hart is so obsessed by the after the buffet card?
It is adorable. I do want one,
Yeah.
but I ain't paying 200 quid for that. No. Yeah, this is. Hang on. Where is it? Where's my beautiful binder? The binder's not beautiful, but the cards in it are. The binder's average. In fact, the binder
Acceptable.
is
Tolerable.
wasn't even purchased from Grim Dice Tabletop Gaming, and that is just a shame.
Wasn't someone saying about half an hour ago about people who buy cards and keep them in binders and everything?
I play the game too. I'm allowed to collect cards. Although, right, here's my get out of jail free card is that I have purchase history proof that every single one of these cards was purchased before they got expensive, because I ain't stupid enough to buy expensive cards that I'm not going to use in a card game.
That card you just mentioned, Ed, the proof card, which set's that from?
Which one, sorry?
The card you just mentioned, the you'll get out of jail free card, which sets that in?
That is in the Monopoly crossover to Magic the Gathering.
That would be hilarious.
I activate Community Chest. I won a beauty contest.
Gain 3 mana.
Honestly, Monopoly is the only time I've ever won a beauty contest, and it's purely because of a random chance rather than anyone actually judging my looks.
Isn't it also second place in a beauty contest? Not actually winning it.
That's second place. So these bad boys. This is just a demonstration of how crazy Pokemon's got in prices. These guys, they're all everyone's favorite electronic rat in various different costumes. This one is, I believe, it is the Kagamucha Green Tea Festival. I might be getting it begins with a K. It's a Japanese tradition that when the cherry trees blossom, the sakura blossom during that season, loads of Japanese people go out and drink green tea while sat on cushions underneath the cherry trees and just have a good time. They just like have a picnic, but it's like this big festival. So the Pokemon Company decided, hey, let's release Pikachu having green tea under sakura trees. And I decided to order one from Japan for about £8 imported about 2 years ago. And now if I look on eBay, if I wanted to get one of these cards, buy it now, the cheapest I'll be able to get it at is $69.99, which is that's one of the cheaper ones. This game is crazy. This one here, it's an adorable little Pikachu with a Cubone and a Hooper, and he's got a big old donut because he's a rat and he's dirty and he's pinching it from someone who actually paid for it. This one was released. I don't know why this one was released. This was celebrating something. There's a little stamp in the corner telling you what it was for, but I don't know what that one is. Let me find out. Friendly shop promo. Yeah, I really don't know what that means. That one is going at... That one's going at about 50. So, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. That's the kind of one that you could consider maybe picking up and go, yeah, I'll hold on to that. But I wouldn't. It's too expensive. It'll go down. This one is a little gangster Pikachu ready to rob someone. He's covered in paint because he's a dirty boy. And that was released to coincide with the opening of the Shibuya Pokemon Center.
I was just about to guess that.
Yeah. Shibuya is an area of Japan which is famous for its street art, hence the graffiti in the background there. They have some incredible graffiti artists, and a lot of the walls are covered in street art, which is a lot more pleasant than the usual street art that we might find around Grimsby. He is hovering, and they always have varying prices, but he's hovering between 50 and 70. And then they released a set of 4 nautical themed Pikachus for a Pokemon Center opening. I can't remember where this one was, but it was definitely near the sea. Although it's Japan, so that's pretty much all of Japan. Yokohama, that's it, Yokohama. There's a little Pikachu riding on a sailboat. That's fun. Very cute. Yeah. He's £100. And then these Pikachus have joined the Navy, following the advice of the village people. These guys, they are currently 130 for those. This guy, this bloke ain't even in a sleeve. Give me a second. I don't know why. Oh, that's a Yu-Gi-Oh sleeve. That ain't gonna work. God, I have a million sleeves and none of them are the right size. Sod's law.
Let's get some more from Grim Dice, haven't we?
What's that, Megan? I should order some more sleeves from grimdice.co.uk? But surely I can't afford them. They'd be far too expensive. Oh wait, no, it's Grim Dice. Their prices are always reasonable.
Reasonably great.
Reasonably great. Where the hell are my standard sleeves? Where the hell are my bath caps? There we go. And now I've already got my man grease on it. God damn it. This card's going to be worth nothing now. Which is good. All cards should be worth nothing so people can afford them. This fella is in a submarine. He's following in the footsteps of James Cameron. He's going down to the Mariana Trench to hide because people want to pay £213 for him. I'd hide if someone wanted to pay that much money for me. Sometimes I hear myself talk and I go, what the hell?
Do you like how we're just leaving you to ramble?
Well,
This is great. They can just get on
this is the thing.
painting.
I on my Twitch channel, which obviously I will not plug because I'm not a sellout. But
You can plug your Twitch channel if you want.
oh, cool! It's,
Just not here. Just not here. Just somewhere else.
It's no. I'll plug it somewhere at some point.
You're more than welcome to mention it right now if you'd like.
I'm gonna do one better. I'm gonna put it on screen.
Oh, you've got the admin rights, ain't you, Stu? Damn, that just messed up. I like the way that Ed's left his hand right in the middle of his face on his screen. Or is that yours, Stu?
Oh no, I've just turned Ed's screen off. Yep, that's who I am.
I was only thinking the same thing when I was asking about the admin permissions.
There we go. No, I've been hidden. How am I going to show off this exciting Pikachu riding on a swan?
You just need to start your video again. I can't start your video for you. I can just stop your video.
Oh, you cannot start your video because the host has stopped it.
There you go. I'll ask you to start video. Look, there you go.
Yeah. I didn't even do anything to my screen. There's no plug there or anything. Just don't tell him. They'll never notice it. Yeah, and then if you want one riding on a swan, I'm sorry, that's going to be 170. Sorry. Swans are popular at this time of year. Especially if you're Logan Paul.
Oh, just transition that screen across. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it?
It's much better. I can't even see it yet. But yeah, this is kind of it's gone crazy, and I'm not a fan of it. I mean, I like that the Pikachus are worth a lot of money, but that doesn't actually mean I'll sell them.
That's about to be my next question.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely not sell them. Because I'm a collector, so I collect them. And what's the point in collecting them if you're just going to buy them to sell them again?
And yes, everybody just heard Ed admitting that he's a collector.
I am a collector. I collect loads of things. Look at all these great promotional cards that I have managed to pick up over the years, and they're still in their packaging. Not because I want to sell them, but because I don't need them, and they're safe in there. But I've collected them because I don't need them. So why? Yeah. I also picked up Rush Duels. Didn't release it in the UK, so I had to end up buying the Japanese versions. But it's a new Yu-Gi-Oh format, which I thought was kind of cool. So I'm going to struggle my way through it. I already know how to play it because I'm a genius.
Modest as well.
Obviously. Let me. No.
Right, so I'm just going to go and get a quick replay.
Okay.
So with my idea of downloading every single horse game on the phone, I'm very quickly regretting it because there are a few. Oh, I found the end.
Oh. See, the reason that I am constantly talking is in my line of work. I most of the time spend almost all day alone in a van. So I don't talk to people a lot during the week. So then when I'm given the opportunity to talk to people, I do nothing but.
Oh yeah, you want me to talk back? I just realised you want a conversation. That was you were reaching out though, weren't you? Yeah.
This is like a therapy session here.
Oh right.
For both of us.
Yeah. It's I can understand. You know, it must be difficult at times, and you know we're always there for you. You know. Well, Dom is. If you message Dom, it'll be fine. But yeah. That's it, I think. Yeah, that's
Emotional breakthrough.
yeah.
I think, game changing.
What Ed is trying to say is, how are you also?
Oh, was that it? No, I just realised I put 2 bits on the wrong way. Yeah, life is good. Life is good.
Is that a true or a false true? Are you saying that to save face because you're on stream?
Life's good. I'm a fairly chilled out person overall.
And he has an awesome man cave, so.
That's true.
Get my COVID vaccine tomorrow.
Yeah.
Apparently that's the thing.
You're gonna wear the little badge.
No, but I do collect badges, so I will get one.
You get the COVID badge and add it to your collection. That's the way.
But the thing is, Stu, do you play with the badges as well?
No, me and badges don't get on.
It's like those people who collect stamps.
I'm a philatelist. I have loads of stamps from when I was younger.
Did you play a game with the stamps?
Yeah, the game was collecting the stamps.
What?
You don't understand how collecting things work, right? Collecting and playing are 2 different things. You've got 2 hobbies there. They're not. They are exclusive. Yeah, because you haven't played with some cards. They're still in wrapping. You need to know how those cards play on the tabletop.
I got other ones. These are lost art ones. These are just reprints with uncensored art. Too raunchy for the raunchy. Look at this one. Look at that one. Look how much belly that girl's showing. Oh,
Ludicrous.
I can't say. I mean, well, to be fair, that one is showing a lot of body. There's a lot of skin. That's a lot of skin. What else? We got religious imagery here as well. There's a nice little cross for you. There we go. Oh yeah, because we had the discussion a few weeks back about the next Lost Art.
We did indeed.
Wow. Is that out yet? What?
Yeah, we've got the first 2 in store, but just you've got to spend 30 quid on Yu-Gi-Oh to get one.
I'm sure that's absolutely impossible. Because of Grim Dice's incredible prices.
What have we got in stock at the minute? That's the question.
Would you like me to tell you? Based on your website.
Oh, I'd ignore that. No.
No, Stu, Stu, do not go down the rabbit hole.
We've got the new freezing change structure deck that came out a few weeks ago.
I think the freezing trains one's a lot better.
It is.
Wait,
The freezing train is in lightning overdrive.
no, I'm sure that's mis-selling. It probably falls under some kind of.
All right. Yes. So
Right, on the website, now there is listed Genesis Impact full box. Is that still in stock, or is that a misnomer? Is that being miscalculated?
I don't know.
Because apparently there's one left in stock.
I don't know.
Anyone watching this could be the one to pick it up.
They could, but you know.
It's probably just going to be me.
I can't actually remember if we've got a full box sitting there.
Dino Smasher's Fury structure deck. 13 left in stock.
We do have 13 Dino Smashers in stock.
Okay, if you're watching this and you have ever even considered playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And you want to play at Grim Dice and you want to beat everyone and spend less than £30 doing it, buying 3 Dino Smashers Fury structure decks is a way to get yourself a tier 1 deck at very, very little cost.
I did not realise it was tier 1.
It is currently tier 1.
Wow.
And the best thing about the dinos is that every other format they become tier 1 again, because they're just so good, and Konami will never hit them. They just haven't done ever.
Right.
It's crazy.
Did you hear the social media post for tomorrow though, Dom?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Phantom Rage is still in. It's a great set.
Yeah.
Genesis Impact. It's got 3 really nice archetypes in there. You've got Drytron, Magistus, and another one. Wait, what's the third one? Hang on. Okay, it doesn't even say. Maybe it is just Magistus and Drytron.
Well, if you don't know, Ed, we've got no chance.
'Tis true. 'Tis true.
I was kind of sad to find out that when they released Genesis Impact, they made the. Wait, let me find him. There he is. Yeah. So Genesis Impact is GEIM as the set code for the cards to be identified. I was really hoping it was going to be GIMP.
So just for a new lost art, yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Censored. Have you seen? This is an interesting one.
I don't where you go with this. Where you go with this? You can't.
No one else. It's always interesting to me and nobody else. Strixhaven.
Yes, Strixhaven. Yes.
Have you seen the new announcements for those? For the
No.
Let's have a look. Let's go on Magic the Gathering's official website. Wow. So, if you don't know, anyone who is either watching this now or watches this in future, if that is likely, I don't know. Strixhaven is kind of like Hogwarts, which is the school from the popular children's book series Game of Thrones, I believe.
It's the Hunger Games.
It's obviously the Maze Runner. So there's 5 different schools or houses in the school. They are called. They're called Quandrix, Silverquill, Witherbloom, And there's another one. Prismari. Yeah. Oh, and Lawhold. Oof. There's 5 different ones. And they are red, white, blue, red, green, blue, white, black, and black, green. Which, interestingly,
Are they meant to be like Harry Potter?
they're the other way around from the Ravnica Guilds. There are 10 Ravnica Guilds. Izzet, Golgari, Boros, Rakdos, Simic, Izzet, Orzhov, Gruul, Azorius. I'm missing one. It is Dimir. Yeah, there we go. And these guys have the same colors as those guilds, but they're the other way around. So Simic is blue-green, whereas Quandrix is green-blue, which in terms of mechanics does nothing, but it just means that the cards actually do look a bit different, despite being the same colors. It's a bit of interesting lore there. And I say interesting, and of course I mean just interesting to me. And only me.
Only you.
They've got a few colourless spells, which is interesting for Eldrazi decks.
Yeah, it's one we've had a few people interested in. It's a CCG, so people are just waiting.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the issue.
Yeah, I think hopefully when lockdowns are all finally done with, it'll come back.
Yeah, we know we've got a few people itching to get back involved in a league again for Magic.
I'm one of them. Yeah. That's the thing actually. Another thing, that Zendikar League that was going on.
Yes.
Because there was a B league, wasn't there? Was that full up, or was that still open for?
It was open, but we'll probably close the leagues and give everyone the cards and everything they paid for so far, and start something. Whatever people request, really.
Okay.
That would be I think the sensible way to go about it.
Yeah.
Providing we can get stock of anything.
Well, Magic isn't too bad, is it?
No, I mean, sets
honest.
wise. I mean, obviously, Time Spiral's had its. We're out of Time Spiral, and it's had its really short print run.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, an interesting move, but I think a good one on Wizards' part for that set. I don't think you really want a big run because there's some value cards there, and what's the point? Yeah. But yeah, I think when the sets come around, so Strixhaven, probably that one. If we can do something with that.
The commander decks for the year are supposed to be coming out alongside Strixhaven, I believe.
Yes, they are. What we've got this week, we've got the challenge. Is it Challenger decks this week, isn't it? Yeah, they're coming out this week. They've been delayed, but they're out.
Let me have a look at what we're getting in those. See if I can thoroughly recommend them. I'm sure I can. They're normally really good. Oh yeah, I remember what they are. Yeah, the Challenger decks for this year are they're so good. Oh my god. There's Azorius Control, which the Challenger decks are effectively, these are like one of the best products that Magic do that I wish other card games would do. In fact, actually, Pokemon does a similar product. These are the kind of things where you pay like, it depends on the card game, but Pokemon is around between 25 and 30. Magic can be like 30 to 40, depending on the year. But you buy it, and then you could effectively take it to a local tournament and then do well and expect to do well. As long as you know how the game works, you could take one of the challenger decks to a tournament. You know that every card in there is going to be legal for the standard, and then you could do well because these decks are genuinely good decks that you might have previously been building. Like the Azorius control deck here, the cards in that are almost identical to the list that I have put together myself before this was announced. They're like completely independent of knowing what they were putting in it. I've put together almost identically the same list. And then there's Dimir Rogues, which has done incredibly well recently. Mono Red Aggro, which is almost always a powerful strategy in standard. And then Mono Green Stompy, which is a good chunk of the meta for this year. You've got some of the most powerful cards of the format that aren't Omnath that's been banned. Is the Dream Trawler, the Archon of Sun's Grace, Shark Typhoon, Elspeth Conquers Death, Birth of Meletis, Omen of the Sea, Banishing Light.
Did you just say Birthing a Lettuce?
The Birth of Meletis.
Oh, I think a card where you're birthing a lettuce would be far more interesting.
That would be a good card. I can see that being in an unset.
It would definitely be a green collection.
The Nighthawk Scavenger, the Rankle Master of Pranks, Malakir Rebirth, Drown in the Lock, Bone Crusher Giant, Torbran, Thane of Red Fell, Embercleave. We've got such Planeswalker Garruk, Gem Razor, Scavenging Ooze, that's a good one. Turn Timber Symbiosis.
Scavenging Ooze.
That's what happens after you've birthed a lettuce.
Oh, God. Oh my God. So yeah, if you're interested in Magic at all, playing Magic competitively, Challenger decks are a good one to pick up. The most popular format though is definitely Commander, which is why most people who are super into Commander, like a lot of the people who play Yu-Gi-Oh, have also picked up Commander. They tend to buy all of them normally. When they really...
Yeah, I mean, Commander's been really popular in store, but one of the one you seen it played with lots of players, which it does seem to drag on a reasonable bit.
I played an 8-person game of Commander that took 6 hours.
Right. But at that point, I'm just thinking strategy-wise, does it purely become down to a situational thing rather than a deck thing at that point when there's so many players involved?
Well, the best thing about Commander is that if you have 6 people around a table all playing Commander, the goal is obviously to win, and you win on your own. But if one person starts to get really far ahead, everyone around the table turns on them immediately and only focuses everything on them until they are like stripped down to the same level as everyone else. So the more people you have in a Commander game, obviously it takes more time because you've got more turns to go around, but also no one's allowed to get too far ahead, and you really need to get that far ahead to win.
Yeah.
I think Rich has just provided some balance in the comments on Facebook to say, to provide balance, Grim also do a nice line in Games Workshop Super Heavies at real world prices. Grim Dice is, this is me saying this now, not Rich. Grim Dice is definitely not your second-hand car salesman. Or, sorry, your second-hand Baneblade salesman. All our Baneblades are fully pat tested and will be supplied with all relevant fittings required to crush the Emperor's enemies. And now back to our card crew.
Wait, am I the card crew?
Yes.
I think no, it's true. It's true. You've gone over to the card side now.
The card side of the force.
Darth Vader's just stood there shaking his head, and there's a little Yoda running around with a lightsaber made out of little small cards. I rest my case.
There he is. So disappointed.
He shouldn't be disappointed.
Doesn't even want to see you with his own eyes.
I don't think he can he?
No, if you take the helmet off, he dies. So doesn't have anything to do with the fact that there's no one inside it.
Wow.
But I'm on the Strixhaven School of Mages website. All right, and there is a quiz. The Strixhaven quiz. Find out which college you belong to. Now that's cool.
Cool? Is it cool?
Right. There's a point. Hear me out, okay? When you go outside and it's really, really, really cold, and it's so cold that you start to feel warm.
No, that's called hypothermia.
Yeah.
Okay, well, when you inflict yourself with a critical condition that could end your life, you start to feel warm. And the same is true for something being so lame that it goes the other way on the scale, and it becomes incredibly cool. And for that exact reason, we're going to find out right now which Strixhaven College Dom belongs to.
Okay, I'll roll with it.
He's muted. Just carry on. We can just chat now. I'm not sure if he can unmute himself, but I'm just living with it.
Can't.
Oh, I can kick you to the waiting room.
I think let's roll with it. See what happens.
Oh, you going for this? I was trying to help you out.
Let's go with it. See which direction.
You do know you have 0 admin rights, although you can drop yourself out of this. I see where this is going. Carry on.
So, question 1.
No.
Can you burn it? If fire could be an answer, fire is the answer.
I mean, kind of. You've got to choose a mascot, and you can't choose the Grim Dice Warthog.
Boar.
You can choose elementals, pests, fractals, inklings, or spirits. I don't know what an inkling or a fractal is.
I've got a slight idea what an inkling is.
No, Stu, don't take the joke away from me.
I knew you were going there. Sorry. And he's picking elementals, by the way, because
elementals, because fire.
Fire.
Okay. For the yearbook, you've been voted the most likely to become...
burn the place down.
I think that would put you down as the award-winning elemental artist. I reckon.
Our own resident Banksy here.
A spider crawls up your arm. What do you do?
Burn it.
Burn it.
What's the oh.
I'm really glad G-Dub has got so many pre-orders tomorrow.
I always forget this time of night is where work starts for you.
Yeah, I'm over in New Zealand again.
Okay, a group project has been assigned. What are you doing?
Burning it.
researching topics that have nothing to do with the project. I guess that could be birding it. After a long day of mage lessons, where can you be found?
Next to the fire pit.
Sketching in front of a giant fireplace? Trying to remember a spell that brings flames off the page. Hey, there it is. Oh, a dean calls on you during a long and boring assembly. You ...
Shout fire.
There we go. That's close enough. Oh, and finally, you're taking a long-needed vacation. Where do you go?
The volcanoes of New Zealand.
There actually is a volcano.
I hope you get water at the end of this. It's or wherever the blue deck is.
You know, the sacrifices I have to make. I've got to put in my email address as well. And I've got to sign up to promotional emails.
And just while Ed's signing up to an absolute spam bomb, Rich is just asking how Krennic's going. So I was quickly going to pop Krennic up. So,
what's the official Grim Dice email?
So that's where Krennic is at the moment. Several types of black. Shading's done on his all the white bits and everything. So I'm going to do the grey highlighting tomorrow in daylight because it's significantly easier. But there's not too much more work to do on them. It should be out the way fairly soon.
But you have declared you just shaded all his white bits, which
Yeah. The rebs are coming on quite well, actually. I've just hit a bit where I need to visit New Zealand. But looking at it from the back, I think I'm quite...
Are you getting the same standard across the board? Or are you doing 50-50? Because of the way they sit on the sprues. On these stands, sorry.
I'm just going the same standard because otherwise, if I try and do this smart, intelligent way of paint the front of one a little bit and the back of one a little bit, I'll forget which way around they are and I'll stick the wrong ones down. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how the straps are now because they're not overly bright, but it's enough to make it pop.
Yeah. I
And I
think
think,
there needs to be a good contrast between the two, don't there? Otherwise,
yeah,
there's no point.
and I think when once I've had a wash of Agrax, once I've had a highlight dry brush and a wash of Agrax, it'll pop fairly well. There's not a huge amount of work left to do on them, but as I say, the hobbits are calling me.
Cool. Have you found out what house, college, not whatever is in?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, Dom, you're officially enrolled in Prismari College, which is the blue-red one.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know whether to be disappointed with that or not.
I think you should take yourself away for a bit. I think that's not good. You just need to be full on red, don't you?
Yeah, I know. I think somebody was putting in answers that weren't being given.
Maybe.
So I think we're going to call the stream anyway. Well, I'm going to finish this last little bit and then head off. But thanks to everyone for joining us this evening, and thanks to Ed for his wisdom and his collection of handheld consoles.
Well, can we just rephrase that? Just thanks to Ed for the his collection of collections.
Oh,
I think Ed is actually that much of a collector that he is collecting collections.
Yeah.
This is what it means to go even further beyond.
You've taken the step on from just collecting. You have collected collections of collections.
Only I have this power.
Yeah. So, if I can ever find anything. Yeah, so thanks everyone for joining, and we shall see you in the next one. We are not here next week. It'll be 2 weeks' time. But So ignore what it says every Friday, 8 till 8, because it's not next week, because gardens are available. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is essentially it. Yeah, cool. Well, yeah, I'll say thanks for everyone, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Cheers, folks.